So very good evening to one and all. Good morning, good afternoon to all the participants, those who are from the different time zones. Today we have really very interesting topic to be discussed. Original research paper drafting for Scopus republication, of course. So you don't want to pay the money to the journal, those who are taking money from your side. And in that case, how you have to draft your paper so that it will be incredible in this. Here, I am Dr. Rhituraj with you. President, University Research University, Newcastle, United States of America, and Professor and the Chairman, University Research Center, India. So here we go for our outline. And today we have the interesting part to be discussed, to be understood here. You can see one animated picture here. One eye is moving all around the head. That is in 360 degrees. And these eyes are the eye of our researchers, academicians, global leaders, and they are observing each and every point of research in 360 degrees. We need to understand what is going on in this world. If we can open up our eyes, we can come outside our comfort zone. Definitely, we will have the results in our hand. One question in your mind, you can play it in your mind also. That is from our side, we have learned numbers of points. We have attended numbers of lectures, presentations. We have maybe numbers of teachers. But someone teacher will be there in your life who was changing your life. If you remember your school days, there may be someone teacher. Whenever he was delivering, you were always feeling like that, oh, it may be somewhat longer. And sometimes you are being tortured by some of the lecture. So what is there? Some teachers are really brilliant in nature. Some writer or author, brilliant in nature, and they will publish one paper which will influence the reader. So my first point is here, when we are starting today my presentation, we will open up our eyes, we will turn around, look into each and every point for one effective manuscript drafting. And the number 2 point is that all the author will think and plan that this paper I am not writing for myself. Actually, I am solving one problem of the society, of the humanity, and I want to contribute it to the world. And in this way, if you are starting your paper with dedication, with motivation, and to solve one problem, you want to find out real research gap and research problem, and you are solving it by your research paper, rather than just only academic activity, then you see the results in your hand. You will publish your paper in the top journal. Today we will have the live demonstration also regarding the journal selection process. How to select the right journal. It is also very a big question. Writing down of the original research paper is a tedious work. And we need to understand the steps for drafting the Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 papers. Then we need to understand some flowcharts, and review of leaders. Then title selection and Scopus, okay, especially Scopus publication process, abstract, original research paper drafting, and the conclusion will be here in today's my discussion. So let us go for the next slide. And here I would like to share. Believe you can and you are. halfway there. You can see one baby tasting, okay, some juice or like that, and feeling the bitter taste. But again and again, they are repeating the same work. We're gonna to have this bitter taste during our manuscript publication process. Just like that, the baby is trying again and feeling, oh, it's bitter. Well, I can't. Again, starting. I have to take, I will take. So you believe, at first you believe your side. You believe on yourself that yes, I am gonna to publish my paper in Scopus top journal, and you are halfway there. Only some surrounding will try to stop you, to reduce your confidence. So never give up. There may be number of rejections by the reviewer whenever you are submitting your paper to a good journal. And they are not against you. They want to intensify the quality of the paper, and it is helpful for you. And you need to make the correction. So before starting the process, understanding the process, we need to understand the result part. And result is that we need the acceptance, but sometimes if you feel the bitter taste also, and if you have belief on yourself that I will publish, your paper will be published in a Q1, Q2, Q3 journal. I'm challenging everyone, just try this one and you will have the result. Now let us move forward. So I am today starting with the dominoes effect. Dominoes effect. That is, what is dominoes effect? You can see here one small video. And everyone standing there thinking like that, it's a mess. While I was explaining it to others, sometimes they are not seeing the video, then they are not imagining that what can be happening. And here you can see that small domino. That is, you can see the person will toss a small domino, and how the big wall-like domino fall down. So it is the power. It is the power of domino effect. And you need to apply this domino effect to your manuscript drafting process. So first step, you need to divide your work into some domino. Make sure that your paper quality is right with the journal that you are targeting from your side. You are never targeting a wrong journal. If you are targeting wrong journal and your paper is not being published, then you need to understand that something rectification required from my side. Always try to take the responsibility. If you are drafting, if there is rejecting, if some issues with a good journal, you need to understand. Issue is inside me, not with the journal. That is always, I'm telling you, sometimes ego will come. Even I received one researcher comment. That was, I was a reviewer and I have made some minor correction. And the scholar maybe hearted with my comment. And but I was honest. I was honest with my comment, and they have write down something to the journal, and that was reputed journal, and they have write down that they are not agree with reviewer comment. Then what is happening? The journal is again asking that from our side also. That's why you have done this. You have not accepted. So in that we have shown them every evidence and some why it is not up to the norm. So my point is here that we need to understand. No reviewer against us. We need to step forward in proper way. So we will determine ourselves that we will step forward on the right track in a right way. So dominoes effect means we will divide our work some small work. Maybe the title, how to select the topic, we will discuss. How to frame the title of the paper. Then we need to understand the affiliation part, Then maybe we are understanding the abstract writing, introduction. That is, complete paper will be divided into some small segments. It is very important. So do it. You can note it down that we will start with some bullet points, some small steps, and we will start writing down our paper. And it is always following the domino effect. Now you see that next year from your side, that literally you have gone through most of the paper of your own domain. Recent publication and highly cited publication. Recent, those who are publishing in this month and the last month, and how researchers are addressing that kind of problem. And highly cited means they are having more H-index and highly downloaded paper. That is required. Don't go with only one idea that was you have accepted before 5 years or 10 years, and you are accepting that. Today, the journal will accept that concept. Even in 2019, you were starting with, say, COVID-19 research, one paper, and you are just modifying the paper will be not accepted. You need to understand that what is the variant now going on in this world. If you are writing down some paper, if you are developing some, say, dose or some medicines, then you need to understand what is the latest development in that particular area. So be careful in this part. Go with downloading of some recent paper and see the quartile. What is quartile? That is in Scopus, we have the 4 quartiles. Q1, base 25, Q2, next 25, Q3, the third 25, and the rest of the 4th part will be the Q4 journal. So try to target that. If you are new researcher also, I will encourage you to target Q3 journals, because they are generally safe journals. Safe in the sense, no predatory journal generally, and they are not clone journal. So need to understand that you will avoid this kind of journal, which are clone journal or predatory journal. That giving the money and getting publication is now, I think, research passion around some of the researchers. But it is really not giving them impact during interview, because whenever you are submitting the list of publication, then they will ask you your best 5 publication, and they will check it through the internet and everything available. That if it is a paid journal, yes, of course, they are not giving you the impact to the paper. Okay, they understand, and sometimes it is generally blacklisted within 1 or 2 years. So now let us move forward. You need to go with one blueprint, that is complete idea of your paper. First, you will divide your work and plan it according to the time zone. It is also important. That is in 3 months, 4 months, how many months in your hand? So if you ask me that the standard time period for one good research paper, I will say minimum 3 months required to draft the paper. It's for drafting purpose. It is experimental, it's a different time. I'm not including the experiment time. For writing down one good paper, one effective paper, you need minimum of, I'm telling you, minimum of 3 months in your hand. Okay. Now you see that if you want to go for publication, then you need to understand number 4 point. That is the journal should be with the good impact factor, with the H indexing. Their authors are receiving more H indexing. I will show you live that how you can say that journal is having the H indexing or not. Okay, I indexing well, and finally go with one plan of 150 to 200 words for finding out the research gap, research problem, and expected future finding of your paper. And then you will move forward. Now you see the standard format of a manuscript. Now, in front of our eye, there are numbers of scenario papers, but as I have started at the very beginning, sharing that influence, you have to influence the reader. The standard format is here. I'm sharing one standard format, that is the flow chart of writing down the research paper. And it comprising of abstract, introduction, research methodology, result discussion, conclusion, references, appendixes. Now you see that. You know that everyone will follow this format. It's a common format. Everyone having, if they are doing on the research and they are going to want to go through some of the paper, those who are being published in Scopus journal, it is easy to find out this format and they will write down the paper. Now the question is that whether all papers are getting attention, they are getting the eyeballs, attention from all the readers. Do you feel that in your area you are reading all the papers? No. So the people will go through only the best paper, and most of the paper, even the paid publication especially, never being under the consideration of the researcher and academicians. They are never putting them in their reference section, they are never giving them the citation. The cause behind this is that no one wants to show that I am following one paper which was published by making paper law. So most of the researcher and academician in their reference section generally keeping the journals and the papers, those who are free, those who are having good quartiles, maybe Q1, Q2 quartiles, Q3 quartiles, like that. And we need to understand dominoes effect here, that I have divided everything. And we will now move one by one, how to go with the title, abstract, everything. Now you see the golden threads. Well, you can see that one animated video and seeing that the key and the golden tickets highlighted. It is for us. Golden thread, original research paper drafting. And what are the points? That is the basics in your hand. You should have the magic. Then the people will watch your message. You need to understand that you will select the right topic based on literature review work. And the topic should be ideal in nature, ideal in the sense that it is acceptable by the society. Even sometimes you can bring the controversy if you were from the literature field or like that. But it doesn't mean that you will hurt some sentiments of the people. No, it's not like that. Controversy never being, or if you are argumentative, it's not mean like that you are going against of some community or society. Don't do this. You will have a more and a more wonderful topic in your hand. And today we are understanding that topic should be ideal in nature. So it should be acceptable by the journal. If you are targeting the journal, see the previous papers, how they are publishing the papers, what kind of papers are there, and then you will understand that, yeah, my topic is ideal in nature. Kindly, I have already told that see the recent publications. Then you will understand your topic should be timely. And it may be creating for greater impact. And it is the big one. If you cannot create the impact through your research paper, you cannot expect that your paper will receive more and more citation. And you know that most of the time we are avoiding this one. We are thinking like that this is not necessary for us. It's not important. But creating impact will give you the acceptance of your paper. Now let's come to the title and explanation. So you know that the title should be come under SEO, search engine optimization process. Then you can have the free publication. So for that purpose, make sure from your side that you are selecting some right words for your paper. Otherwise, your paper will not come under SEO. And what type of words people are searching in the search engine, like that Google, maybe Bing, maybe other search engine. Then you see that one in the Google Trends, and you can find out that these are the words, highly searchable words. Okay, so title will be within 12 to 14 at the max. If you cannot manage, maybe 16 words. Minimum words you need to try to, that's 10 to 16 generally. That's for the good paper. Thereafter, the words will be by Google Trends, so that the paper will get the SEO and having a greater impact in the society. And abstract and keyword, if I am discussing here, that's keyword will be like a 3 to 5 keyword. We can say it's a standard. Make sure that keywords, okay, keywords are reflected by your title. Your title of the paper matching with the keywords of your paper. This is very important. Now you see that you need to grab the reader attention. The first part of the abstract. While you are writing down your abstract, it is always necessary to grab the attention. If you cannot grab the attention by starting the 2 or 3 lines, then the people will not go through your abstract. You have to understand this part. So make sure from your side that you are writing down some flowery language which the philosophy and the knowledge of the subject. It is always required. And thereafter, you can see that there should be problem statement. In the abstract, that is the true purpose. It should be always with the true purpose. First, to grab the attention. And secondly, the problem statement should be there in abstract. You see the magic here. Yes, it's come under the golden tricks of original research paper graphic. That if you can grab the attention and if you can present the exact problem to be solved in your paper, then of course, everyone will enjoy your abstract. Thereafter, if you move forward, then you see, next we will come with that's the flow chart I have already shared with you. That's the introduction, and thereafter methodology or the experimental design. In the introduction part, you can start with some surprising fact. What was never been discussed before. You can bring it. You read more and more paper and bring some surprising fact in the introduction first paragraph, and also making a statement of the background and expected outcome of your work. It will be really helpful. If you want to go with the second paragraph, then you can do the wonderful part, explaining about the research gap, research question, research problem in a short and qualitative manner. And creating the funnel, reverse funnel, it's always important, because you see that whenever you are starting your introduction, you are selecting some border area and you are making it somewhat shorter, smaller. You are smaller, making it smaller. So it is also important. And in the third paragraph, you can state the philosophy behind the research paper, especially objective, research objective, and the importance should be mentioned. And in the methodology part, you should have the enough strength to overcome the research gap. That is, you are pointing out that this is the problem I want to discuss. And if you are not explaining the right way in the methodology section, why you are adopting that method, why you are conducting this experiment, then no one will accept your paper. So to get the acceptance in an effective journal, it is necessary to have the good method and methodology. Of course, the experimental design should be well planned so that it will be accepted by the paper. Make sure from your side that you are selecting the right method for your paper. Then if you move forward now, that data collection part and analysis, Here also you have to be careful, because you see that whether it is maybe the quantitative research, qualitative research, and it may be the experimental research. To get the success in this part, to get the success to your paper, is very important that you will adopt the right method of data collection. That is, if you are doing quantitative research. So you need to understand that what will be the data structure here, research design here, what will be the numbers of data required. If you are doing the say sampling, then what will be the right sampling method for your particular research? And you need to explain carefully. Analysis, please select the good or the prominent software only. Sometimes manually also our researcher can do that. But my advice is that right now we are using most of the time that's the softwares. You can take help if you are in quantitative research. You can use the SPSS. You can use the STATA. You can use R. You can use Python. You can, if you are qualitative, then you can use yourself, say Envivo, QDA Lights, okay, like this. That some software you can understand, because we are also having some session regarding the use of software, and we will explain it in that way. How to use that particular software for qualitative, quantitative, and if you are doing experimental research, of course, there will be different devices, instruments there. Maybe if you are from chemistry, maybe physics, maybe other electrical, say you are doing the IV characteristics. So you need to understand that what kind of device you are using. If you are drawing the IV graph, current and the voltage curve, and you are doing it with one instrument, so you have to confirm yourself that it is a standard process. Not doing only by manual and simple that's devices. You need to mention the model number of your device, and then it will be accepted in most of the Scopus journals, top Scopus journals. Result and discussion always need to be systematic in nature, and it should go with the justification part. And conclusion, it is the achievement of your paper. Don't think like that your conclusion is same as your abstract. Most of the time, our researcher and academician making the mistake there, that it is the same. It is the same, they are thinking like that. But the fact is that in case of result and discussion, you have to understand you are always presenting, say in the conclusion part, you are always presenting the achievement that yes, I have achieved this one. It is the result. It is the outcome of my research work. And a reference, you can follow the format of the journal, and you need to understand that in that case, you are going with the Mendeley or Zotero like that software for reference management. Now, effective journal selection. Some questions here. What is the best journal for my paper publication? You need to avoid the predatory closed journal. Select Q1 to Q3 journal, especially even Q4 can be considered by the young researcher. Go with understanding of the impact factor of the journal, H indexing, I indexing. And next question, maybe whether my research is relevant to the journal. Then learn the scope of the effective journal. You need to see that how to go with the scope. Every journal will mention their scope, or you can take it in Simago or Scopus. I will show you. And thereafter, then who are the reader? It is also very important. If you are not having reader of your paper, then of course you are not having your H index, no I index, no followers of your paper. It is not the number of the paper. It is only that how you can influence your audience and your research. Now, I have come to the conclusion of my presentation, and I will go for live demonstration. That is, I will show you how you can select the journal, and it will be very short in nature, that how you can identify the scope of the journal, how you can identify the journal, right journal for your subject, And these are very, very important. And thank you everyone, those who are here, and that is everyone sending me such a wonderful message during my presentation. I'm really grateful to you all. Thank you very much.